Who would have thought a few short months ago, when oil was approaching $25 a barrel, that we would see it back up at $50 so soon? Now that it's here, the question is, what could oil do next? Looking here at the price of West Texas crude to start with, we can see it spent most of 2014 and 15 in a downtrend, bottoming out in a double bottom earlier this year. Look at this low here. There was a hammer candle, which signified the bears running out of steam and the bulls starting to push back. And since then, the bulls have really been pushing back, taking it up from a low near 25.50 back up towards the $50 level, or nearly doubling off its bottom. A spectacular run. Now, of late, we can see here on the RSI, crude oil's gotten a little bit overbought. It's approaching this $50 big psychological hurdle, and it's at a point where it may need to pause. We might even see a bit of a correction. We can see here this high dating back to October was about 50.60. Again, that's about a double off the bottom, and that suggests a point of potential resistance. Another one up here is about 56.80, a Fibonacci level. In a correction, we could see first support in at around 48.10, and then more in this Fibonacci cluster here in the 43.50 to 40, almost $45 range in here. So what's why we could see some action though in crude oil in the coming week is that we have two things going on. First is the usual weekly inventory reports, and people will be looking to see if U.S. inventories are continuing to decline. If we start to push too significantly through 50 or too fast, some people think that that might encourage some of the U.S. shale producers that shut in to come back on stream or to start exploring again. The question is, at what price level does that, and where might we see crude oil settle out? Could it stabilize near 50? Could it move into a 40 to 60 range perhaps? Something like that is a possibility for the coming months. The other one is this: on Thursday, June the 2nd, there's a big OPEC meeting. We'll remember that a lot of this initial rebound was driven by hopes that the OPEC producers in Russia could agree to a production freeze and put an end to the supply war that's been waging and punishing the crude oil price for so long through this whole downtrend here. Interestingly, though, when the agreement when the meeting in Qatar fell apart with no deal, interestingly enough, crude oil has continued to go up. And the reason for that is that the U.S. economy has continued to improve. The demand side has improved, and that's helped to drive crude oil. But this week, the focus is really more on the supply side, and that could still have a significant impact on trading.